Hi, welcome to my Annoying Vegan channel. So, what is an annoying vegan? See, now, it was inspired, the name was inspired because I went out to dinner with my family when I was back in England earlier in this year, and my sister had called ahead to the restaurant, made sure that they had some options for me, and also had mentioned that I was gluten intolerant. So then, when the waitress came, she said, "Hi, can I get you started?" or whatever it is they say, these waitresses, servers. And I said, "Yeah, but first I have some questions." She said, "Yes, you guys called ahead?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, you know, it's just that I'm also gluten-free and vegan." And I think it was at that point she rolled her eyes, and she was totally busted by me and my sister for doing so. And we actually looked at her and we went like, "You rolled your eyes." I mean, I'm only a vegan, but I guess I am annoying. And then the other thing that inspired the name Annoying Vegan was that I got a review for my theatre, which I also have a theatre, and the review said, "The theatre's great, but the owner's really annoying because he keeps banging on about being a vegan." It's true, I do talk about it a lot. I like the food, I like to talk about it, I like to talk about the reasons why I'm doing it, and more than anything, I would love to inspire somebody to not be cruel to an animal, not eat an animal, to consider going vegetarian, and then ultimately to become vegan. Why? Well, I have to give props to a very good friend of mine called Kate Garner. And Kate helped me over Facebook and various conversations that were mostly online to wean myself away from being a straight vegetarian who still ate eggs and drank milk and ate butter towards real veganism. Why is it important? Well, the egg industry, the dairy industry still have tons and tons of cruelty, and I just can't do it. I can't do the cruelty, ladies and gentlemen. So therefore, I would ask you all, consider this. Go vegetarian first. Experiment with some of the available vegan cheeses and nut milks. If you're allergic to nuts, then oat milk made by a company called Oatly is very good. But hemp milk, rice milk. My favorite is almond milk by Califia. I've actually made almond milk too myself. It's so easy. The only difficult part about it is if you want it to be really good, you have to take the skins off. So that's like shelling each individual pea or nut. So almond milk, nut milks of all kinds, oat milk, hemp milk. These can replace whatever it is you have in your coffee or tea. And then of course, cheese is the really hard one. I know. And you will never get exactly the same sensation, but there's a company, I believe it's called Mykonos, who's making softer cheeses, brie style, spreading type cheeses. They do melt. Daiya makes cheeses. A company called Follow Your Heart, which is mostly well known for veganese. They make lots of good cheeses. And then at a higher end, there's a company called Kite Hill. Not cheap. I think the Juice Press, they have cashew cheese in some of their stuff. And I went to a vegan French restaurant that makes their own cheeses, and they were great. So there is life after the death of dairy. And what's the other thing? Oh, bacon. Well, number one, pigs are 98 or something like that % the same DNA as us. They are super smart and they feel emotions. Don't eat pig. If you really are missing that, there is a salty tempeh substitute called, well, I think they call it fake bacon or something. Faken, probably. And it gives you very much the same sensation. If you take this tempeh and put it in a fry pan and cook it till it's crispy, it's going to give you something very close to bacon without the additional fats, without the sulfates, without the things that give you cancer. I really, really believe that processed meat and bacon and salamis, sausages in particular, are indisputably cancer causers. So if you want to avoid one of the most disgusting forms of cancer, which is bowel cancer, don't eat processed meats if you can avoid it. Just try. You don't want to be sanctimonious. I mean, I ate a lot of meat, and I was that dick that used to say things like, oh yeah, the baby animals taste even better. It's not smart. There is so much evidence that animals have emotions. There is so much evidence. Can you eat something that feels, that loves, that just wants to be with its parents, to grow up and have a normal life? I can't. And I hope this hasn't come across as a lecture, but that is why I am an annoying vegan. I will talk about it and I will eat it. I'm a herbivore for life. I don't even eat honey. Some people go, what? Honey? What's the problem with honey? Well, I'll tell you. It comes from animals. With bee species dying out, how have we done right by bees? Why is it harmless eating honey? I would suggest that if we moved away from eating meat and we had to grow more plants and we had room for fields with flowers instead of fields full of cows, then maybe the bees would come back and maybe they would continue to live their lives the way that we want to live ours. So, think about it. Not everybody's extreme. I'm still wearing some leather shoes that I own. I'm not as extreme as other vegans well, you know what? I don't even like that word. I don't think that vegans are extreme. I just think we're ahead of the pack in terms of understanding that for your health, you should eat plants, only plants, and that secondly, there's something disgustingly immoral, unethical, inhumane about eating, especially another mammal. But once you get to the point where you understand you shouldn't be eating mammals, it's not that hard to relate it to fish. Most of the fish we're eating is corrupted with mercury, or it's farmed in totally unnatural ways. When I was a lot younger, salmon was not like this deep red color. That's food coloring. Eggs did not have bright yellow yolks. That's food coloring. Chickens did not have a vaguely yellow tinge to them. That is because we overfeed them corn and food coloring to color the eggs. Jason Vale, who's known as like the juice master or something in England, puts it really well. He says, you want to eat things that have low human intervention. What does that mean? Well, if you look at the packet of ingredients look at the ingredients on the side of a packet of food, if there's a long list, what does that tell you? It's got this chemical you don't understand, that chemical that you don't understand, another chemical you don't understand, and more chemicals that you don't understand, all mixed in with way too much salt or sugar and other things. So low human intervention means natural food. You know, if someone grows a plant and you go and pick it, and then you eat it. Well, if you go and do it, that's the lowest human intervention there is. The only intervention is you going and picking that plant, taking it home, putting it in a pot. Low human intervention. Look at the side of like a commercially produced cake, like an Entenmann's cake or one of those companies. What are all those things in the cake? You can make a cake batter with just flour, eggs, milk, and butter, I think. So what are all those other things? Oh, baking powder, yeah, okay. Then cream of tartar, okay. And then some other chemicals that you have no idea what they're doing. And certainly once you get down to the level of Hostess cakes or Twinkies or that kind of stuff. Anyway, that is why I am the annoying vegan.